Welcome. Today I'm going to show you how New South Wales Department of Education staff can get started scheduling meetings with Zoom. So one of the first things I would do as a teacher is I would actually download Zoom. So I would go from my staff portal and I'd find the download center. You can see it's zoom.us/download. And I would just download Zoom client for meetings. I would also put the Zoom extension on my Chrome browser. This is where you can see your Zoom schedule and sign. Those are a few things I would do to start with. And then the next thing I would do is schedule my meetings. So you can see I've already logged into my staff portal and previously added a new essential, which was Zoom. So I'm going to click on that because I need to schedule meetings in the browser. I cannot do it using the app, even though I've got it downloaded on my computer already, as you can see there. So to schedule a meeting, I need to go to my portal and then I'm going to sign in to configure my account. This will take me through to where I can schedule meetings. The reason we need to schedule meetings is it means that the meeting ID stays exactly the same. So your students and their parents don't need to be entering a meeting ID every time. Zoom will actually remember what it's called for them, and the password will stay the same. So they will know what the password is. It also makes it easier for you. You don't ever have to go back and schedule a meeting unless you want to, because they're all sitting there ready to go. So you can see on my profile, I've already scheduled reoccurring meetings, but I've done them for every day, and we don't really want that. We're going to schedule a meeting up here or on the red button, and it takes us through to this page where we can put in all the information. First up, we need to give the meeting a name. So if I was a class teacher, I might call mine 2K 2020 so that everybody knows what class that is. When? So my day is Monday and the time I'm having my Zooms is 12 p.m. They're going to go for 1 hour, but just in case, I'm going to do 1 hour and 30 minutes. It gives me a little bit of leeway, but I can end the call anytime or leave the meeting anytime I need to. A quick note on that, make sure all of your students have left your Zoom meeting before you leave. Otherwise, they can stay in there. So you need to be the last to leave. Okay, we're going to make it a recurring meeting, and it's going to happen weekly. Every Monday, 7 occurrences. I could change that. I could make it a lot more if I wanted. And this is the password. Now, you could change the password. I might change it to my name or to a word like dolphins so that it's easy for my students and their parents to remember. We cannot change these here. We cannot change the requirement of a password either. We're going to use both, and I'm going to mute participants. That means that they cannot talk until I unmute them. The other thing, keep this enabled. It means that until you accept your students into the Zoom meeting, they will sit in a waiting room. Once you accept them, then you can start your meeting. So you control that completely. And sign in with DOE single sign-on. It means that you need to use education email addresses to get in. All right, I'm very happy with all of that. So I'm going to save it. And you'll see it takes me through to this section. Now, what I could do here is add it to my Google Calendar. And it gives me my meeting ID and my password. My advice and what we're going to do is just share meeting IDs and passwords. It is the very easiest way to get into Zoom. Using the URL gets confusing. So when you share this with your families, just share the meeting ID and the password. The next step I'm going to show you is how to check out that meeting in the app and also make some adjustments to your settings in the app. So I've pinned this to my taskbar. If you haven't done that, just find Zoom on your computer, right click, pin to start, and it's sitting there for you. Let's open it up. Now, if I go to meetings, I can see I've got 2K, that's the meeting ID, and Year 6 library. If I want to copy the invitation or show the meeting invitation, this is what it looks like. But remember, we really just want to share the meeting ID and the password. That is the easiest way for families to get into Zoom, and I would recommend just sharing that. All right, if I wanted to start that meeting, I would just click start. I control that from here. It doesn't automatically start. It's just scheduled for that time. If I need to change it, I can change it here also. If you have to change the password at any point, you can do that by clicking edit. It will take you back into the browser to make those changes. All right, let's go back to home. Now, if I want to make changes to my settings for my Zoom call, I need to go to the cog under my profile picture, and you can see I can choose to start Zoom when I start Windows, automatically copy, change my skin tone, and I can also do things like this. So with my video, I can touch up my appearance to make myself look a little bit more glamorous. Yeah, no wrinkles, lovely. Turn off my video. Hide. The important thing is in here, I can join audio, mute, share my screen, and then the thing everybody wants to know is about backgrounds. So I can create my virtual backgrounds in here. I'm not going to download that now. All right, another really important feature under settings video is spotlight my video when I speak. So I want to do that. So when I speak in a Zoom meeting, I am spotlighted and highlighted to the students. So make sure you click that. We can also make changes to audio. You can record your sessions. So choose to record them and choose a location where that they will automatically save. I would recommend going in and having a little look at all of these different features, even into some of the advanced features, so that you know what to expect and you can change those settings for when you're ready. Share screen allows you to share your screen with students, but you can choose whether it is full screen, Zoom, or side by side. So you could have Zoom on one side and your screen on the other. Okay, so that is how to schedule a meeting in Zoom. Then that is how to make some changes to your settings. Now, if you want to add your own virtual background, you can actually just add an image or a video here yourself at any point. All right, it allows you to do that. Something else that's really important is that you share your meeting ID and your password with your families. So this is the meeting ID and the password that I set up for my fake 3K 2020 class. This is all I would give my families. I would not give them the link because it takes them through a series of confusing steps. So simply on Monday, when you're ready to go, before the meeting, share this meeting ID and password on Google Classroom and via email.